Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle from 2017 is a game that should not exist, let alone be as good as it is. And now, it's got a sequel. In Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, where it seems to be a much bigger game in scale, and I'm happy to say that it's an improvement on the first game in just about every way. However, before I properly review Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, I need to let off some steam on another game. One other game that came out the day after Mario plus Rabbids. One, Gotham Knights. But before we do that, what's up guys, CPX here reviewing today Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope and a little bit of Gotham Knights, although I wouldn't really call it a review. Spoilers, I'll call it a bit of a rant. But before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell, and leave a comment, or I will electrocute you to death.
If you're watching this, I'm dead.
Like I said, before I am reviewing Mario and Rabbids, I need to talk about Gotham Knights for a second. So I was actually pretty excited for Gotham Knights. I remember many people were pretty skeptical with this game ever since it was announced at DC Fandom 2 years ago. Wow, remember DC Fandom? But I think the idea of Batman dying and a new wave of crime in Gotham causes Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Batgirl all to step up and fight crime. That is a great idea for a game, especially with multiplayer in mind, and I was very intrigued to play it. Even when more and more of the game came out, it started to look a little iffy. While lowering my expectations, I was still confident in Gotham Knights. Well, never making that mistake again. Okay, let's not pretend it's all bad. For one, I like to ride around the motorcycle, or the bat cycle as it is known. I think that's pretty fun. And that opening cutscene where Batman fights Ra's al Ghul and is where he dies, that's essential information. It's not a spoiler. Mwah. Masterpiece, 10 out of 10. And that's where the game peaks, if I'm gonna be honest. What is the point of Gotham Knights? I've spent hours running around Gotham, which in this game is pretty much a barren wasteland, and all I'm doing is fighting hordes of thugs. Even though there is a story, the game as a whole feels directionless, and the combat is as cookie cutter, lame as fuck, and generic as combat in a video game can get. Legit, all you do is mash square, or X if you're on Xbox, and that's it. Like I said, I love the idea of this game where you have the option to play as Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, or Batgirl, but they all feel the same. The only difference, I guess, is Red Hood is a lot slower but hits harder, Batgirl is a lot faster, Robin is also faster, and Nightwing is kind of an all-rounder. That's fine, but no, it's not fine, because that's the only difference between each of the characters. You need to have more than that, so you might as well just stick with one character the whole time. Also, I said that Gotham is like a barren wasteland, and yeah, it is. I don't understand how you have such a huge, almost open world in Gotham, and all you have the player do is beat up thugs. That is it. Not to mention, this game feels like it was gonna be a live service game, but then they cut back on all the live service stuff, but still has live service elements. There are still certain challenges that do nothing for the game, and it's all overall just a bad time. Not to mention, they're going to be adding multiplayer later, and it's only 2-player. This is something where you have the option to pick 4 different characters. That would be awesome if you have 4 players playing each of the characters. Why don't you do that? And the frame rate. Well, what can I say about it that hasn't already been said? Arkham Asylum runs better than this game at times. Arkham Asylum from over 10 years ago. That's embarrassing. But the worst thing about Gotham Knights is that I bought it for $70. You are seriously gonna charge $70 for this? Gotham Knights is a huge letdown, and to be honest, I didn't finish it, so I'm not gonna have a review score, and that's why it's not getting its own review. It's just that I still spent $70 fucking on this game, and if I'm not gonna finish it, I'm at least gonna get a rant out and tell people not to buy this, okay? Okay, now that I let off some steam, let's go review Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I just wanted to talk about Gotham Knights first because, spoiler, Mario plus Rabbids is a way better game. The core gameplay of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is more or less the same as Kingdom Battle, but also not really. It's like an XCOM game, like a turn-based strategy RPG, but this time they're moved the grid. I never really minded the grid gameplay too much, but honestly, I prefer this as it feels a lot more free to move around in a battle than it would with a grid-based combat system. Also, when you're not in combat, you're exploring the planet you are on, and it's honestly very fun to just go around, talk to Rabbid NPCs, do some side quests, and even the enemy encounters are pretty fun. If I had any complaints about the gameplay, it would be that when you are in a battle, obviously the enemies get a chance to go, and you can either play it out in its normal speed or fast forward through it, because I mean, like, you're just watching your enemies just do attacks on you. But honestly, I wish you had the option to skip it. Now obviously it would be broken if you can skip the enemy's attacks entirely, you know, but that's not what I mean. They should still do the attacks, of course, but you shouldn't have to sit through all of it, because even at its faster speed, the enemy's turns just keep going and going and going and going. Even worse, more enemies appear, making the turns even longer. It doesn't ruin the game, not at all, but it's frustrating how even when I fast forward through it, I feel like I was waiting to go again for 5 minutes at a time. So I wish there was just the option to skip it instead of fast forwarding it. Other than that though, the gameplay is great and fun, and a crossover XCOM style strategy game with Mario and the Rabbids should not be this fun. In Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, an entity named Cursa wants to consume the Sparks' energy and take over the galaxy, spreading dark mess, which is a type of dark matter, across the planets. And thus, it's up to Mario and his team of friends and Rabbids to stop it. The story isn't really much, and probably isn't why you came here, but I will say it has more depth than just about every other Mario game. I love how in Kingdom Battle there was some sort of story explanation as to why Mario and the Rabbids were crossing over, and in Sparks of Hope, Cursa actually takes control over Bowser's minions, forcing Bowser to team with Mario. It was already confirmed that Bowser is going to be a party member in this game, so it's not a spoiler. But I love how they gave an actual story reason for it, and not just, hey look guys, you get to play as Bowser. And honestly, the game gives you a reason to play every character. You want to keep swapping your teammates because they are all different. And you have a very big party in this game. Obviously, Mario, Luigi, and Peach all return along with their Rabbid counterparts. Weirdly enough, no Yoshi or Rabbid Yoshi in this game, which again is weird, but we do get Bowser, Rabbid Rosalina, and original character Edge. All of them have unique abilities that make it so that you want to swap between all of them, even if they all level up together, which is a little weird because even the characters you don't use get leveled up when you're not using them. It's a little weird, but look, still, I just love the fact that you have all these characters to choose and they all feel distinct from one another. This is the other stuff segment, the segment where I talk about other stuff worth mentioning but not much to say on. For one, the music is a lot better than a fucking Mario and Rabbids soundtrack should be. And of course, the collaborative effort between Grant Kirkhope, known for his soundtrack for Banjo-Kazooie, amongst amongst others. Gareth Coker, known for his soundtrack for the Ori games, amongst others. And Yoko Shimomura, known for her soundtracks for many Final Fantasy games and Kingdom Hearts games and a lot more. So, of course, a collaborative effort between the three very talented composers makes an awesome soundtrack. Like, at times, it goes hard. On top of that, the game looks great. I've heard a lot of people kind of shit on the Switch and how games look on it, but let's be real, this game looks great for the Switch. There are some frame rate drops here and there, but other than that, very smooth. Very smooth experience.
Yo.
Don't get me wrong, I was definitely excited for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, but I wasn't over the roof excited for it, and I definitely wasn't expecting to love it. But I should have known, because Nintendo, and really more so Ubisoft, hit it out of the park with Sparks of Hope. Fun and engaging combat and gameplay, and a neat little story in a game that you don't really play for the story. The music and the playable characters all make this game fun to play. So that being said, I'm going to give Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope an 8.5 out of 10. And remember, Gotham Knights can go fuck itself. Well, that was my review for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and a little rant for Gotham Knights. Definitely buy Mario and Rabbids, do not buy Gotham Knights. Anyways, what do you guys think about Mario and Rabbids? How about Gotham Knights? How about what I think about either of the games? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, be sure to comment, subscribe, or I will electrocute you to death. Bye!